Hello, and thank you for contacting Wave Support. I see from your request you're concerned about your lenses having a little bit of central clearance. Just a couple of comments. If the lenses are fitting well enough and we're not having any physiological problems with it, in other words, if the patient is tolerating it well and it's not causing any problems, you may not have to change that at all. It's actually okay to have a little clearance as long as the lens is performing well. If you're concerned about it, there's a couple things you can do. The easiest fix may just be to switch over from the axial tear layer mode to tangential. Tangential tends to fit a slight bit flatter overall than the axial mode. So if you do that, you might get a little bit better alignment, and it's simple as just clicking on the little red axial tear layer and just switching over to tangential. Another option, this may help the lens center a little bit better, is if you look at your landing areas here. If we look at the 3 o'clock radial, you're pretty well aligned here, and you have central clearance of about 7.8 to 7.9 in that range. And then if you click around, you'll notice that if when you start getting down here in the 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock area, you have a little bit of a down turning in through here on that side of the lens. And if you get up into the other side, you have a downturn here right at the peripheral curve in the superior area, and it kind of comes down. So if you can get these landing areas between the blue and pink to line up a little bit better, that should help this lens come down a little bit more. So you're probably getting one end of the lens pushing down and the other end lifting up a bit. So the way to do that, remember you're in GSIM, if you click on the meridian that you want to correct and either switch over to from 100% either to 50%, which would be the top hemisphere, or if you want to just go to 25%, that'll be just this meridian here. You can actually click up on this pink dot to try to get this lined up a little bit better in that meridian. And you might have to make a number of clicks. You can also adjust the blue if you want. Bring that down, and then you just want to see if you can get that lined up a little bit more nicely. And remember, in GSIM, anything you click on one radial will automatically fix the other one. So you're getting a little bit lift up there, so you might have to balance those out. And then kind of go around the clock dial and just make some adjustments as you go. And if you do that, you'll notice we brought the central down already to 6.4. You can even bring this up a little bit, leaving it in the 25% mode. I a lot of times will do it in 50% mode in GSIM. It's just a little less adjustments that you'll have to make. But you'll see once again, if I click up on this to try to align this meridian a little bit more, you'll see that you've reduced this quite a bit. So that's one way to do it, and that'll give you a lens that's probably a little more aligned centrally. And the third way to do it, which may be the simplest of all, if you just switch over to freeform and allow that lens to redesign itself using current settings. We'll let Wave have a moment here to reposition this lens. And now you'll see that if you follow all the way around the clock dial, you have a very nicely lined lens in all meridians, and you have almost 1 to 2 microns of clearance here. And then all you really need to do is make sure you have enough tear clearance for a nice tear pump here all the way around the lens. And so going to the freeform will also capture more peripheral data and more meridians, and that should help both lenses center a little more effectively. Well, I hope that you find that helpful. I wish you well with this case, and thank you for contacting Wave Support.